I am from Melbourne, Australia, which is in Victoria, kind of the bottom of Australia. Australia is a pretty amazing place to grow up. I grew up having a beach house / farm, which was in a national park outside Victoria. The idea behind where I grew up was, I was pretty much in nature, sleeping in tents half the year, growing up on the ocean. So this meant it was kind of pretty different to what I'm doing now, which is living in a city. When I turned 13, around that time, my family and I moved to Bali, Indonesia, which is in Southeast Asia. I grew up in a small beach town from the age of 13 in that country till about 3 months ago, before I came here. I was constantly surrounded by like a surfing lifestyle, and because I was so surrounded by surf, I grew up surfing as well. And as soon as I moved there, it was much more accessible. I lived on the beach with amazing waves. And because of that, I started realizing I wasn't as good at surfing as my friends were, so I started filming them. This kind of brought on something I was just doing as a hobby, and then it turned into something I started loving, and ended up working in the surf industry for 2 years for various brands like Volcom and Quicksilver and stuff like that, and then segued into fashion through other brands, and we're doing some stuff for companies outside of Australia and all sorts of things. And then I grew up a lot around cameras and filmed a lot of skateboarding actually when I was a kid. Did a lot of photography just for fun, and it sort of was a quick thing for me to just like go into starting to film, and it was kind of an idea that like didn't really need much thought, just because like my mom was a photography minor at school, and I grew up shooting with her film camera a lot. She would take me to the park or around Melbourne, and we would just play around with her film camera all day, and she would help me with the settings, and I would act like I was adjusting them myself and focus it, and then we would go get the photos developed and we'd go through them, and she'd tell me how I was responsible for capturing that moment or that object and how it looked, and that sort of gave me a sense of accomplishment that was quite exciting and kind of started my artistic and creative need. So this is my mom's film camera from university. So it shoots 35mm film, color and black and white of course, and it's this is the same camera that I used when I was a kid, and kind of was my first object or piece of equipment surrounded photography, or even just picturing in general. It's something I bring with me everywhere. It sort of got me into, because of this, I also segued into a lot of 8mm film, using Super 8 cameras, and getting really into analog equipment and methods of working. And it's kind of all come through this. My name is Oscar O'Shea.
Where are you from originally?
I am from Melbourne, Australia, which is in Victoria, kind of the bottom of Australia.